what I gonna have? Oh, it's a cookie, and I'm gonna eat it. Chocolate chip.
Hi, Candy.
Hi, Osbert Plunky.
What did you got there?
It's just a cookie.
A cookie.
Yeah.
Can I have some?
No, I think I'm just gonna have it all by myself.
All by yourself, but I want you to share it with me.
I just want it for me.
Oh, but please, come on, I want to have some.
Cookies for whoever wants some.
Cookies!
You
I
want
want
one? Okay, there you go, Osbert. And thank
you.
Hard to have you have one. Okay, see you later. Thanks. Now we both have cookies, Osbert Plunky. Yeah. How about we both watch a show and eat our cookies? Okay. And maybe tomorrow I will share.
Okay.
Okay, here's the show.
Say hello to Dora's cousin Diego. He's off to find which animal is in trouble.
You've got to rescue her, Diego.
Okay, Dora, we're on our way.
And it's Diego to the rescue again. Go, Diego, go. Wednesdays on Treehouse. Barney is a dinosaur who comes to life with your imagination.
Barney!
You'll learn new games to play and how to be a real friend.
I'm happy to help my friends anytime.
Barney, weekdays on Treehouse. Bob and the crew are moving from Bobsville.
Moving to Sunflower Valley.
There's lots to build. Let's get to work. It's their biggest project yet. Can they do it?
Yes, we can!
Bob the Builder, Project Build It, Saturday on Treehouse. Crazy Quilt is next on Treehouse.
Everybody, welcome to Crazy Quilt. I'm Maggie. Some new neighbors have just moved in next door.
Maggie, come quick, come quick!
Jackson, what's the matter? Are you okay?
Well, I am fine, but have you seen what's happening next door?
Well, yes, there's some new people moving in.
People? They're not people. They're ogres.
Jackson, you know there's no such thing as ogres.
Well, that's what's moved in next door. They have big boxes, big tables, and big sofas, and big beds. I'm telling you, Maggie, they must be huge ogres to have such big things. And they're making lots of noise. Oh, I can hear banging and thumping and scraping. They're very noisy and very scary.
That's because you don't know them yet. I bet when we meet them, we'll find out that they're really very friendly. In fact, I'm making a model of their house to welcome them into the neighborhood.
Well, that's a great house, Maggie, but do we have to give it to the ogres?
I know. Why don't we make another house, and we'll tell the story of the noisy neighbor to everybody.
Oh, that's a good idea. I know that story. Hey, wait a minute. There's an ogre in that story.
We need to make two houses for our story about the ogre.
Yikes.
Oh, don't worry, Jackson. It'll be okay, I'm sure.
Okay.
I've got 2 milk cartons that I covered with construction paper.
Yeah, you did a good job.
Thanks. And now what we need to do is decorate them so they look more like houses.
Oh, I could decorate one, could I, please?
Oh, absolutely. Do you want the pink one or the blue one?
I think the pink one.
Okay, you take that one.
Okay.
Great.
Okay. Oh, I could use some of these markers.
Ooh, markers.
Yeah,
That's a good idea. I guess Jackson's going to draw on them. I'm going to use a different technique. I'm going to use pictures and glue them on. Now, you can use pictures from a magazine or something, but these are photographs that I took. And all I'm going to do is glue them right onto the house. So this one is a window, and I'm going to put it up pretty high. Whoop, got it upside down. That won't do. There we go. And just press it on like that. And I'm going to put 3 windows around 3 sides of the box. I always think it's so much fun to go for a walk in the neighborhood and really look at the different houses. Now, each one is just a little bit different from the other. Sometimes they're built the same, but they've got different curtains or blinds. Sometimes they have flowers outside their houses. It's so much fun to do.
Hey, Maggie.
Yes,
Do
Jackson?
you want a roof, too?
Oh, for sure.
Okay.
Absolutely. And I'm going to use a great big fancy door on this house. So I need a little more glue. This is a door that very tall people could fit through, or even just if you were going into a fancy sort of mansion. There we go. That'll hold on. Now, I want the windows to look even fancier, so I'm going to take a strip of construction paper, and I'm going to put windowsills near the windows. So I'm going to just measure it. I want it a little bit longer than the window, so I'll just cut a few strips like this, and I'll put a windowsill underneath, just with some glue. And the piece that goes on top has a different name. It's called a lintel, but it looks pretty much the same, just some construction paper put above. And I can do that on all the different sides that I'm ready to do that. Jackson, oh, I know. Wait, how's the house coming?
Do you want a chimney?
A chimney?
Yeah.
Great idea. Oh, Jackson's just having a great time. I'm going to put some bricks around the corners to decorate the house. This is just a folded piece of construction paper, and I slide it underneath my photo of the door and put it on the corners like that. Just long strips. And you could draw bricks on these if you wanted to, or maybe even paste on pictures of bricks. That would look pretty nice too. Like that. And I'm going to do that on all four corners. Okay. How's it going, Jackson?
I'm just about done.
Okay.
Having a little trouble getting this to, I don't know
Is
how
it
to
not
do the roof
sticking?
because I'm
let's
afraid I
see.
didn't know how to glue the roof part,
Oh.
I did everything else. Did I do a good job?
Wow. Look at what Jackson did. He drew a great big door
Yeah, yeah.
and windows with beautiful curtains.
Yeah, well, look at this side.
Oh, that's so fancy.
Fancy,
I love
eh?
that.
But you see, I didn't know how to do the roof part. I wanted to stick together somehow.
Right. Well, Jackson, how did you do this?
Well, I just drew on a piece of paper like a rectangle, and then I was looking at the house next door, how it has all those shingles,
Right.
So I tried to make it look like shingles on top.
Great.
And then I had to make the
Chimney?
chimney. It was kind of like a little box. I folded it around a little piece of wood I had.
Great.
Yeah.
And if we just put some tape loops inside,
Tape loops.
that
Of
will stick it
course.
to the top.
Yeah.
I love the way you folded it, and it's just the right size to fit onto our top of the milk
Yeah, I
carton.
guess I just kind of choked on the roof. I was feeling pretty good on everything else.
It's great. Oh, wait, I better put it on this way, because I think the roof probably... No, I think it's right.
Yeah, that
okay.
looks good.
That's terrific. I've got a roof that's the same shape as Jackson's, but instead of drawing shingles, I pasted on some tiles made out of pasta.
Whoa, does that ever look good?
Yeah, some of them have pretty fancy tiles.
Yeah, yeah.
So if we just put a little bit of glue on those and stick them in, it's easier if you've done the bottom ones first, and that way the middle ones won't slide off.
Oh, yeah. I guess that's the way they really do it, eh? They have to do one, and then the
I
other,
think
and
so.
then the other, yeah.
It'd be fun. You could even paint the pasta different colors. Sometimes
yeah,
the
you
roofs
could make
are
it
red.
look, yeah, like a red one.
Yeah, and I'll just slide that on top.
Or I
like
suppose you
that.
could just pour tomato sauce on it.
Wow, that's kind of neat. We better put these two houses aside, and I'll let mine dry. And well, yours doesn't need to dry. It's just perfect the way it is.
Yeah.
And I think we should make a family to live in the house.
Oh, yeah, family. But Maggie, not an ogre family.
Oh, no, we won't make the ogre yet. Don't worry. I'm going to make a nice friendly family out of clothes pegs.
Clothes pegs?
Right. Here's a little wooden clothes peg like you use to hang the laundry up outside. And I'm going to use a little bit of stretchy material here Here's a littler piece. I like that. And I'm going to tie a scarf around here.
Oh, it's kind of like a circle of stretchiness, eh?
Yeah, just a little nylon thing I think that people use to make ponytails.
Ponytails?
Mm-hmm.
They make horses out of that?
No, I mean ponytails in people's hair.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to take a piece of felt and I'm going to wrap it around kind of on an angle so you can see the point sticking out a little bit.
Yeah, I kind of feel that that's on a slant, that felt.
Yeah, there you
I felt
go.
that,
So
yeah.
it's kind of fancy that way. And I'm going to tie it on with a pipe cleaner, and I put a bead on it, sort of for a fancy belt.
Oh, yeah, belt buckle there, yeah.
And I'm just going to twist the pipe cleaners together in the back. So here's somebody wearing a dress and a scarf, and I'm going to give her
Could that be?
fancy hair, really poofy, with a pom-pom and some glue.
Poofy
And just
pom-pom.
stick it on top like that.
Wow.
And this could be the mom of the family.
Oh, yeah.
So she's all dressed up. Do you have some ideas, Jackson,
You know,
of how
I
you
was
could
just
decorate
thinking,
clothes?
I've got a couple of clothes pegs down here.
All right.
I could surprise you.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. Let's see. I think I've got a pom-pom, too. I do.
Ooh, good.
I do.
I'm just going to give Mom some shoes, little balls of plasticine. That'll just help her stand up a little more securely for our story. Whoop, don't want to pull her dress. There we go. Okay, there's Mom. I'm going to make a little brother, and I'm going to use another kind of clothespin. This one's plastic, and I'm going to put a pipe cleaner in here for his arms. That way he'll be able to bend, have little hands. And I'm going to use felt for his outfit too, but this time I took a rectangle and I cut a little slit here. You might need a grown-up to help you with that part to get it just the size you want. And then I'm going to slide it right over the top of the clothes peg. Put it at the angle I want, like that. So it looks sort of like a tunic. And I'll use some of that stretchy material we used for Mom's scarf as a belt. So I'll just wrap it around a couple of times to hold it in place. You could use pipe cleaners or wool or bits of material, or you could even just glue these clothes on. That would work really well too, if nobody needs the clothespins anymore. And for the hair, I'm going to use another littler pom-pom. I'll put a little bit of glue on it just to hold it really securely. I'm actually going to open up my clothes peg and hold it on like that. And just like Mom, we'll use some plasticine to hold him up securely. Jackson, how's your family
Maggie,
coming?
I got them done.
Let's
look,
see.
Look, how do you like them?
Oh, wow. So here's somebody pretty little. Who's this?
Yeah, that's the sister.
Oh, great. Well, she looks a lot like the brother.
Yeah.
She's got the same kind of wrapped around dress as Mom, but she's got a belt like her brother.
Yeah, I was kind of listening to what you were doing.
Great. And Dad looks pretty fancy. What's he got under here?
I put a tie on him, like he's all dressed up, see? I
Great.
just drew a kind of triangle shape, and then I put some pattern.
And you drew that on some paper.
Yeah, and glued it on.
What a great idea. He's got shoes, and he's got a bit of pipe cleaner for hair. Well, they look like a pretty happy family. I wonder how they'll feel about the people next door. In a quiet little neighborhood on a quiet little street were two houses. In one house was a family with a mother, a father, a little girl, and a little boy. In the other house was an ogre. That is the noisiest ogre I have ever heard. That is the noisiest ogre in the neighborhood. I can't get any work done around here with all that noise.
We have to do something about it, and I know just the thing to do.
You do? Great, Dad. What is it? Yes, tell us. How will we stop all that noise? Do you know?
I'm going to plant a large hedge between our two houses. That'll cut down the noise.
What a good idea. It will also make our garden very pretty. I love watching bushes grow. Can we have flowers on the hedge?
Of course.
And will this hedge be very, very high?
Yes, it will.
So that's what the father did. He planted a large hedge with flowers on it between the two houses.
Hey, Maggie, are you going to use that box to make the hedge?
Yes, I covered it with green construction paper so it would look like all the leaves that you see in a hedge.
Yeah, it looks good, but I think it should be fancier.
I think so. Some hedges just have leaves and little short trees, sort of, but our hedge can have flowers.
Yeah, after all, that's the plan.
All right, I took a circle of tissue paper, and I'm going to scrunch it up around a marker. Just kind of fold it around, dip it in some glue,
And then?
stick the marker on, pull it out, and there you go, a
Is that
flower.
ever nice?
Pretty
Boy,
easy,
that's
huh?
the quickest thing I've ever seen.
It's quick, but we can make it even fancier.
Even
I'm going to
fancier.
use a little paper baking cup, the kind that you get with muffins or
cupcakes,
Oh.
sometimes with icing on them, sometimes with a little sort of sprinkly bits on them. Yeah.
I'm going to take some tissue paper, and you can see it doesn't even have to be exactly the size to fit in. It'll still look good. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to scrunch up my paper, dip it in the glue, but this time I'm sticking it in the baking cup. So when I pull the marker out, it'll look like a flower with different color petals. And I put a bit
like
of...
some white petals and some pink petals.
Right, and I'll put that on the other side, like that. Pretty nice.
Hey, yeah, that
But-
looks really good. Yeah.
Do you think we could make it even fancier?
Oh, no, nothing could be fancier than that.
Yes! I've got another baking cup.
Yes?
I have a pom-pom.
A pom-pom?
Dip the pom-pom in.
Okay, looks like a black-eyed Susan.
That's right. I scrunch it up. This time, because the pom-pom's there, I don't have to use my marker to scrunch it around. And I put that in my baking cup. Open up the flowers a little bit so you can see the
'Cause
center.
it's springtime.
Put a little glue on the back. And I'll stick that on the edge.
Oh,
Like
that's
that.
really fancy. Oh, Maggie, could I do some more of those on that?
Absolutely. You could even put lots of different colors of tissue paper on at the same time.
Oh, wow.
I can't wait to see what Jackson does with his flowers. We'll see it when he comes back for the story.
Okay, I'm going to surprise you.
There. Our hedge is ready.
Now it'll be nice and quiet. Now I'll get some work done. Oh, no. What do we do now? Do you have any ideas? I know. If the ogre is going to make so much noise, then we should make a lot of noise, too.
We should.
We won't hear him if we make a lot of noise. We'll just hear our noise. Good idea. Let's make noisemakers. To make the noisemaker, you need a piece of wool.
A piece of wool? That's not very noisy.
No, but it will be if you tie 2 big beads on it. Any kind of beads that you have. I've got a plastic one and a wooden one.
Oh, okay.
And I'm going to use a plastic plate. It's a little better sounding than a paper plate.
Yeah, but a tin plate might be good, too.
Oh, that would be great. It would look
Yeah.
really shiny. I'm
Yeah.
going to just tape my wool on the inside of a plate. I'm going to stretch it all the way across and tape it down really firmly. Press
Maggie,
that
why
tape
didn't you
down.
use a great big long piece of wool?
Well, because I don't want it to be so long that the beads are going to bang into each other when they fold around the outside.
Why not?
Well, because they'd bang into each other and they wouldn't make as much noise.
Oh, and they might get tangled up.
Right.
Oh.
Now, speaking of tangling, if you want to keep your hands out of the way when it's finished, you could put in a ruler for a handle. So I'm going to tape that on, right on the rim. And on both sides, it's important to use lots of tape so that it's really strong.
Yeah, you want to make sure your handle doesn't fall off.
Right. And just remember, just press it down and that'll keep it in pretty firmly. I'm putting a piece of tape across the tape that I put down.
Boy, you
so
want to
it
be
stays
sure.
on.
So you made it
I
kind of like
do.
a T or
Yeah,
something like
like
that
a
with
T.
tape.
Right.
Yeah.
Let me just check it. Yep, that works.
That works, okay.
And then I put on my other plate on top so they're facing each other. And I tape it.
Boy, that's
down
lucky you
like
didn't end
that.
up with those beads on the inside. That
Well,
would have
I
been
made sure I
bad.
folded them out of the way.
Oh, yeah.
And I just put the tape so that it doesn't catch the wool. So any place that you
Okay.
can find that'll hold it together.
Looks kind of like a flying saucer with legs or something.
And when I've got it all finished and I twist it, the bead hits the plate.
Looks like a funny guy kind of whacking his own face.
Yeah! So that's one kind of noisemaker.
Okay.
Another kind that you can make is to take a water bottle.
A water bottle.
And
That's
I
not
started-
very noisy either.
No, not to start. I've decorated it with a little bit of that nice stretchy stuff that we used for the family.
Yeah.
And we can put more decorations on.
Yeah, I
But
guess-
first, I'm going to put in some beads.
Okay.
If you don't have any beads to spare, you could use pebbles.
Oh, and the way that it's got all that plastic bottle has all that bumpy stuff on it makes it extra noisy.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
In fact, if you've got a bumpy bottle, if you turn it really slowly,
Sounds like water.
sounds like the rain, doesn't it? But if
Yeah.
you shake it, it sounds really loud. We can decorate it with more things and just go crazy.
Our noisemakers are ready.
Are you ready to make some noise?
Yes! I don't hear anything.
Neither do I. Neither do I. I do. What do we do now?
Well, we've tried blocking the noise with a hedge.
And we've tried making more noise than the ogre. What else can we do? Why don't we ask the ogre to be quiet?
What?
What?
Now, no one talks to an ogre.
It's never been done. Well, I'm not scared. I'm going to talk to the ogre. So the little boy who lived in the little house in the little neighborhood with his father, his mother, and his sister went to talk to the noisy ogre who lived next door. Let's make the ogre now, Jackson. Do you think you know what he might look like?
Hey, Maggie, let's make an ogre with teeth.
To make the ogre, I took a water bottle and I painted it this nice purple. Of course, you could make your ogre look like anything you want because there really aren't such things as ogres.
Yeah, and you could just keep doing it ogre and ogre again.
Oh, Jackson. Well, let's decorate ours. I think our ogre probably likes to dress up. So I'm going to put on some of these nice stretchy things that we use to make our family.
Well, don't put on too many or he'll be ogre dressed.
Oh, no. Little necklace.
It's okay to be ogre dressed if you're ogre educated, though.
Oh, that's great. I'm just having problems getting this ogre the bottle.
Very wild, very wild ogre.
And we're going to use these little stretchy elastic things to hold on the ogre's hands,
What
too.
could you do if you didn't have any of those?
Well, I could use tape
Oh,
or
yeah.
glue.
You could paint it, I suppose.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But I've started the hands already. I cut out some cardboard. I put them together and cut 2 hands
Oh, yeah?
with long, spiky fingers.
Well, looks scary.
And I'm going to draw some long fingernails with my marker.
Are you sure you're not going to ogre do it?
I hope not.
No, I hope not, too.
Okay. We've got 2 hands like
Two
that.
kawaii things.
And now I'm going to just slide it underneath the bands.
Very
One
nice.
on each
Yeah,
side.
he has long kind of claws hanging down. Mhm.
And I think we need now to work on the ogre's head.
Yeah.
And one thing I know about ogres, they always remember their heads.
Yeah, it's hard to forget that.
So this is just a little bit of a toilet paper roll that I cut, and now I'm just going to tape that on so it doesn't fall off. We
Is
wouldn't
that
want
the
him
head?
losing his head. Yep, that's the head. And now let's make the mouth.
Mouth.
We
Oh,
need-
let's do one that's jaggedy and has teeth and
Okay. I'm going to take a little piece of white paper and I'm going to fold it in half. And right on the fold, I'll cut some of the jaggedy teeth that Jackson wants. So I'm just kind of cutting little triangles out, all kinds of little jaggedy bits. Because our ogre has pretty bad teeth, I think. And scary teeth. And then I'm going to come up almost to a point at the end, but I don't cut the paper quite in half. And when I open it, there we go, some teeth.
Oh, wow.
I'm going to put it on some red construction paper that's just a little bit bigger.
Oh, it'll look like his tongue and his lips and everything.
And then I'm going to use some tape right across the middle to hold it in place. And then I'll glue the red paper on. Oh, yeah, you could glue it for sure. It's funny because it's really, really small, so you'd have to glue it very carefully.
It gets kind of fiddly, eh?
Yeah.
Oh, looks like he's yelling.
And, in fact, I'm going to put a bit of tape on this just to hold it while that glue is drying.
Because you don't want the ogre to mouth off.
And we need, of course, to have some ogre eyes.
Ogre eyes.
That way he could look you ogre. I've got some yellow circles of construction paper, and I'll draw on dark part of the eye, and I'll put some glue on that and stick it on right there. So the ogre can look straight ahead at whoever it is that he's roaring at.
Yeah.
And we need to do the top of the ogre and make it just a little bit fancy.
Yeah, or a little bit kind of weird.
I've got a pine cone that I'll glue on. We had fun. We got that on one of our walks, remember?
Yeah, that was fun. You remember when we saw that bird looking at it?
Yeah. And then you can just decorate it just for fun. I've got little twisty pipe cleaners, and I'll just put that in. And the top of the ogre will be really fancy. There we go. Hello, Mr. Ogre?
Oh, what do you want?
Well, we were wondering if you could keep the noise down, please.
Am I noisy?
Well, yes.
Toothache!
Do you think he said toothache?
Toothache!
You have a toothache?
That's why I'm making all this noise.
Oh, a toothache. Come over to my house. My mother's a dentist. She can help you. So that's what the ogre did. He went with the little boy to the house next door and got his tooth fixed.
I even got a new toothbrush. By the way, I like your hedge.
So the mother, the father, the sister, and the brother made friends with the ogre who lived next door, who wasn't really that much of an ogre.
Maggie, do you think our new neighbors could be friendly people instead of ogres?
Why don't we go and find out?
Okay.
Bye-bye, everybody. See you next time on Crazy Quilt.
Bye.
Okay, we can take the house. For written instructions on how you can make any of the crafts you've seen on today's show, send us a note and a self-addressed stamped envelope to Crazy Quilt, care of Treehouse TV, P.O. Box 370, Station C, Toronto, Ontario, M6J 3N1.
Hey, Maggie, you can find us on the web, too, at www.treehousetv.com.
Jackson made the chimney by drawing the bricks on a piece of construction paper. And then what, Jackson?
Well, then I just folded it 4 times.
One,
just 1,
2, 3, 4.
And then you kind of unfold it a bit
Right.
like that, and you can see.
Oh, it's a little box.
Yeah, and then you just have to tape that part together.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then to attach it, I know what we need to do. Take our scissors.
Right.
Cut 2 slits.
Yeah, make a kind of tabby bit.
Fold in the other side.
Right,
Beside them into
right.
little triangles.